Imagine a world where ambition is a currency, love is a gamble, and a single promotion can shatter everything. Welcome back, cinematic explorers, to a deep dive into the electrifying corporate thriller, Fair Play. Today, we're unraveling every twist, every betrayal, and every hidden detail in this intense look at power dynamics and relationships. So grab your popcorn, because this is the full story, explained from beginning to its shocking end. Our story opens with Daniel and Emily, deeply in love and celebrating Daniel's new promotion. Their playful banter quickly turns passionate, setting a sensual and intimate tone for their secret relationship. The next morning, Daniel's colleague, Jackie, arrives at work, radiating confidence and ambition. She's a formidable presence, dedicated to her job at a high-stakes hedge fund. Claire, another co-worker, laments the challenges of her daily commute, highlighting the stark contrast in their professional demeanors. Jackie reveals her strict boundary between personal and professional life, a policy she rigorously enforces, even with her colleagues. This rule immediately establishes her character as intensely private and focused. We see the office culture through Sydney, Jackie's assistant, who is a close confidant and struggles with her own personal issues. Sydney expresses her own commitment to work, mirroring Jackie's dedication but from a different perspective. Despite being heavily pregnant, Sydney is determined to work until the last possible moment, showcasing the firm's demanding environment. The legal department, led by the bombastic Peter Vance, is preparing for a crucial deposition against Falcon Airlines. Vance's aggressive personality is immediately clear as he berates a lawyer over the phone, demanding an immediate deposition reschedule. Suddenly, chaos erupts when Peter Vance chokes on his breakfast burrito, putting him out of commission. This unexpected event creates a power vacuum, and Daniel, to his surprise, is thrust into the spotlight. Jackie, impressed by Daniel's work, assigns him to the critical Falcon Airlines deposition. His colleagues warn him about Jackie's intimidating reputation, fueling his anxiety. The office gossip emphasizes the intense pressure of working with her, and how to survive the interaction. Daniel's first meeting with Jackie is a disaster, as he stumbles over his words, clearly infatuated and overwhelmed by her presence. He even compliments her shoes, despite being warned not to, further embarrassing himself. Despite his awkwardness, Daniel assures Jackie he's capable, eager to prove himself. During the deposition, Daniel struggles against Falcon Airlines' aggressive lawyer, who suggests Jackie bribed or slept with a board member. Jackie demands a break, frustrated by Daniel's inability to object effectively. She threatens to fire him if he doesn't intervene, but Daniel holds his ground, refusing to object without proper cause. He admits his admiration for her, acknowledging her intimidating presence, and the amazing shoes. Later, Daniel skillfully turns the tables on Falcon Airlines CEO, William Button. He exposes Button's suspiciously detailed knowledge of Jackie's dinner with Johnson, implying industrial espionage. Daniel then directly asks Button if he paid or slept with Johnson's assistant, mirroring the same accusations made against Jackie. Jackie is impressed by Daniel's strategic move, praising him for his performance. Alone in her office, Jackie apologizes to Daniel, a rare and significant gesture. Daniel jokingly explains his extensive research into cases, even predicting his boss might choke on a sausage. Jackie confides in Daniel, revealing that work is the most fulfilling part of her life, a sentiment Daniel shares. Suddenly, Daniel gets an erection, a deeply embarrassing moment for him, which he struggles to explain away. Jackie, mortified, retreats to her office, leaving Daniel reeling from the incident. Despite the awkwardness, Jackie promotes Daniel to lead the legal department in Vance's absence, demonstrating her trust in his abilities. Jackie reiterates the company's zero-tolerance policy on interoffice relationships, citing her father's rule, "Don't shit where you eat." She reveals her insecurity about being seen as "daddy's little girl," emphasizing her need to prove herself. Sydney, still pregnant, observes Daniel, her protective instincts evident. Jackie asserts that work remains her priority, even with the impending birth of her baby, for which she used artificial insemination. She dismisses the Falcon Airlines lawsuit as frivolous, confident in their position. Sydney observes the growing tension and attraction between Jackie and Daniel, foreshadowing future complications. Daniel visits his sister, Lizzie, in prison, where he expresses his frustration over his unrequited feelings for Jackie. Lizzie, a flamboyant character, teases him about his accent and his celibacy, encouraging him to pursue his desires. Daniel confesses to Lizzie his intense physical reaction to Jackie, highlighting his deep attraction. He explains that pursuing Jackie would violate ethics and company policy, risking his career and visa. Peter Vance returns, boastful about bankrupting the food truck that caused his accident, and confident he'll quash the Falcon Airlines lawsuit. Vance dismisses Daniel's efforts, reclaiming control, much to Daniel's dismay. Vance's legal strategy involves a humiliating 200-page document exposing Jackie's lack of sexual history, framing her as an odd prude. Daniel honestly tells Jackie that Vance's strategy is a massive mistake, damaging her reputation. Sydney, ever observant, confronts Jackie about her suspected relationship with Daniel, warning her about the company's zero-tolerance policy. She jokingly compares Daniel to Mr. Bean, highlighting his perceived unsuitability for Jackie. Jackie decides to take the Falcon Airlines case to trial, asserting her resolve. She demotes Vance, putting Daniel in charge, leading to a heated argument and Vance's resignation. Jackie calls Daniel to an emergency board meeting to address Vance's departure. Jackie defends her decision, asserting Vance's document was inaccurate and unprofessional. Captain Jack, Jackie's father, arrives, his imposing presence immediately felt. He addresses Jackie as Gordita, a nickname she resents, highlighting their complex relationship. Captain Jack undermines Jackie's authority, advocating for Vance to be reinstated. The board, influenced by Captain Jack, questions Jackie's leadership, suggesting a need for an experienced CEO. Daniel, stepping up, passionately defends Jackie's capabilities and past successes, likening himself to a skilled player in a lesser league. Sydney, using her pregnancy, also supports Jackie, swaying the board to maintain the status quo for now. Jackie and Daniel work closely, their professional collaboration building unspoken tension. The office celebrates a birthday, a moment of levity broken by Daniel's cultural misunderstanding of the word cunt. Daniel attempts to explain the nuanced use of the word in British slang, much to his American colleagues' horror. George, a manager, implores Daniel to stop, threatening a write-up. Daniel cautiously suggests that the company's zero-tolerance dating policy might be unrealistic. Jackie, maintaining her composure, firmly dismisses his suggestion. Jackie is assigned to a deposition in the Dominican Republic, offering a brief escape from the office. To Daniel's surprise, Jackie is the pilot of her private jet, Cruise One, revealing another dimension to her formidable character. She shares a personal story of learning to fly with her father, showing a rare glimpse into her past. During turbulence, Jackie reassures a frightened Daniel, offering a moment of unexpected intimacy. She encourages him to call her by her first name, further blurring the lines between their professional and personal relationship. After the deposition, Daniel suggests dinner, which Jackie readily accepts. At dinner, a waiter remarks that they look like a perfect couple, making them both uncomfortable. They both insist it's a work dinner, trying to maintain boundaries. Jackie, letting loose, pulls Daniel onto the dance floor, her playful side emerging. Daniel struggles to resist, torn between his attraction and his professional ethics. Later, their suppressed feelings erupt, leading to a passionate encounter in her hotel room. Daniel tries to remind her of the company policy, but Jackie silences him, a clear sign of mutual desire. Daniel confesses that the experience was everything he had fantasized about. The next morning, a room service attendant mistakenly assumes Daniel is Jackie's husband, creating a humorous, yet tense, moment. They both agree their night together was a mistake and can never happen again, trying to restore professionalism. Back at the office, Sydney immediately notices a change in Jackie's demeanor. Jackie performs a happy food dance, a behavior Sydney recognizes as unusually joyful and suspicious. Jackie shares her past aspirations of conquering Manhattan, revealing a drive that started from humble beginnings. She praises New Jersey, showing a softer, more grounded side. Daniel discovers Jackie's British room, filled with British memorabilia, which she defensively claims is a joke. He confronts her, realizing the room is not a joke, and that she has a thing for British men, implying he is her fantasy. Daniel responds by admitting his own fetish for powerful women, intensifying their connection. They engage in a role play, with Jackie as the queen and Daniel as her guard, further exploring their sexual dynamic. In a moment of intimacy, they discuss fate and reincarnation, revealing their deeper connection. Daniel admits his belief in everything since meeting her, acknowledging the transformative power of their relationship. They decide to officially be together, with Jackie emphasizing the need to keep their relationship a secret at work. Jackie, now visibly happier, encourages colleagues to call her Jackie, a sign of her newfound openness. Her colleagues notice the change, finding it unusual for the typically reserved Jackie. Daniel takes Jackie on a lavish date, showing his knowledge of luxurious spots. Jackie admits her public persona is a defense mechanism, a shell she built after a past heartbreak. Jackie abruptly states she has personal plans for the next day, refusing to elaborate, which leaves Daniel feeling shut out. Daniel confides in Lizzie, admitting he and Jackie have been intimate. Jackie follows Daniel to the prison, where she meets Lizzie, revealing her suspicious and possessive tendencies. Lizzie casually admits to murder, shocking Jackie but also showcasing Daniel's exceptional legal skills in getting her a lighter sentence. Lizzie warns Jackie to treat Daniel well, revealing her protective bond with her brother. Jackie confronts Daniel, furious that he kept Lizzie a secret, feeling betrayed by his lack of transparency. She recounts a past trauma of being lied to by a previous partner, emphasizing her deep-seated mistrust. Daniel defends himself, stating he didn't lie, but Jackie accuses him of lying by omission, deepening the rift between them. At a press conference, Daniel extols the company's future, while Jackie struggles internally with their personal conflict. Jackie publicly declares that she would never sleep with a colleague or employee, directly contradicting her secret relationship with Daniel. Daniel is stunned by Jackie's public denial of their relationship, feeling betrayed and confused. Jackie states that Daniel doesn't know anything about her, or what she wants. Daniel reveals his core motivation, survival and getting his sister home, showing his pragmatic view of life. They agree to end their relationship, returning to a purely professional dynamic, a painful decision for both. Falcon Airlines files an injunction to freeze the gates, threatening Air Cruise's expansion and financial stability. Daniel, without being asked, successfully opposes the injunction, saving the company from potential bankruptcy. Claire shares her plans for dinner with her mom and new boyfriend, highlighting a normal life outside the corporate drama. Sydney confronts Daniel about his breakup with Jackie, observing their coldness towards each other. Sydney's water breaks dramatically in the office, plunging everyone into an unexpected emergency. Daniel, still traumatized by his British slang incident, struggles with the concept of 911 being a joke in English towns. Daniel, in a moment of panic, asks for consent to look while Sydney is giving birth, highlighting his British politeness. Sydney, in agony, yells at him to stop being so British and just help her. Amidst her contractions, Sydney demands to know if Daniel and Jackie are in love, refusing to push until they confess. Daniel, under pressure, finally confesses their affair, yelling the truth for all to hear, a moment of raw honesty. Sydney, satisfied, immediately pushes and gives birth to a baby girl, a moment of relief and joy. Daniel, relieved, stops looking at the birth, finally getting a break from the overwhelming situation. The next morning, Sydney returns to work with her baby, defying expectations and Jackie's attempts to send her home. Jackie, Daniel, and Sydney discuss an offer from William Button, CEO of Falcon Airlines, to meet for dinner. They suspect Button wants to withdraw the lawsuit and potentially buy Air Cruise. Daniel insists Sydney go home, showing concern for her well-being and her newborn child. Jackie meets Button for dinner, expecting a peace offering, but is met with a sinister revelation. Button reveals his backup plan. He has a private investigator, Julie Schatz, who has compromising pictures of Jackie and Daniel. Button notes that their chemistry in the pictures was not a lie, confirming the authenticity of the affair. He presents Jackie with an impossible choice: release the gates or face public exposure and lose her company. Jackie seeks advice from Peter Vance, now happily running a food truck, having found his true calling. Vance advises Jackie to listen to her inner voice and decide what's truly important to her. Captain Jack, still seeking to control Jackie, urges her to wait on a business decision, calling her Gordita. Daniel gives Jackie his letter of resignation, planning to move to Manhattan, heartbroken by their breakup. He tells Jackie that her father is the only thing standing in her way, not Button. Jackie, hurt by his words, dismisses him, believing he is abandoning her. Daniel visits Lizzie in prison, who reminds him of his sacrifices for their family and urges him to look after himself. Lizzie advises Jackie to make a decision she can live with, drawing on her own experience of living with her choices. Sydney arrives at Jackie's office with her baby, determined to intervene in Jackie's decision. She confronts Captain Jack, calling his bluff and accusing him of manipulating Jackie. Jackie confronts her father, accusing him of constantly belittling her and taking credit for her achievements. She highlights that he has never once acknowledged her as a great CEO, exposing his true motives. Daniel quits his new job, rushing to stop Jackie from making a terrible mistake at the press conference. Button leaves Jackie a voicemail, insulting her and revealing his true, vindictive nature. Jackie prepares to resign, a somber atmosphere hanging over the press conference. Daniel bursts into the press conference, late but determined, interrupting Jackie's announcement. Jackie begins to announce her resignation, unaware of Daniel's plan. Daniel publicly confesses their affair, detailing their magical relationship, shocking everyone. He admits his intense attraction to her, stating, "I got a boner just talking to her." Jackie privately scolds him for revealing too much, but Daniel, emboldened, embraces the chaos. Daniel urges Jackie not to quit, praising her as too bloody good at this. Captain Jack, surprisingly, agrees with Daniel, acknowledging Jackie's intelligence and leadership. Jackie delivers a powerful speech, thanking Daniel for helping her finally stand up to her father. Daniel, professing his love, proposes to Jackie publicly, wanting to spend the rest of their lives together. Jackie, empowered, reverses her decision, announcing she will not step down and will expand Air Cruise. She defiantly states that anyone who fights her will need a great lawyer, as she has the best one in New Jersey. The crowd erupts in cheers, celebrating her triumphant declaration. Jackie and Daniel share a moment, echoing his promise from the turbulent flight. The company's zero-tolerance policy is revised to permit declared relationships, leading to a hilarious montage of employee confessions. Sydney confesses her relationship with Marcus from the mailroom, who is the father of her child, detailing her many orgasms. Another employee describes his intimate relationship, comically explaining his partner's circles technique. Rachel admits her affair with Peter Vance, which everyone in the office already knew about. A duo from the finance department confesses their relationship, comically after initially trying to discuss workload inefficiencies. Jackie and Daniel visit George to declare their engagement, turning their once forbidden love into an officially appropriate office relationship. And that's the full, thrilling story of Fair Play. What an incredible ride, right? Did Daniel and Jackie's romance surprise you, or did you see it coming amidst the corporate backstabbing? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this recap and explanation, please hit that like button, share it with a friend, and don't forget to subscribe for more movie breakdowns. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep exploring the magic of cinema.